Welcome back. Today's video has been highly requested. I'm gonna be showing you my in-depth 90s inspired blowout routine. A lot of people have asked for this. I guess I just do it that well. I do it on the curlier side, not like the typical blowout routine that you see on Pinterest, for example. So I'm going to be showing you that. So I just washed my hair. Any shampoo conditioner works. It doesn't have to be the fancy one. It could be the pharmacy one, the drugstore one. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're like deep cleaning your head, you're good. Also, quick disclaimer before we get into this video. I just want to say I am not a hair expert. I'm not a hairdresser. I'm not a hair specialist. I'm just a girl who enjoys doing things to her hair and has practiced over the years. And I know what works for me. So what works for me might not work for you. I only know what works on my straight hair type. The first tip that I have is that for me, I have found that leave-in products are super important. For example, this didn't used to be part of my routine, but I now go in with a leave-in conditioner. The products that I'm gonna show in this video work for me. That doesn't mean they're gonna work for you. I'm gonna be going in with the Shark Flex Style. So the first product I'm gonna go in with is the Crown Affair Leave-In Conditioner. I have the mini size because I wanted to try it out and see if I liked it before I bought the full size, and I really love it. So I'm going to be purchasing the big bottle when I finish it. So I'm focusing now on the mids and ends of my hair, just going all over, a little bit on my bangs and the top of my head. My hair tends to get really greasy really fast, so I try not to put any products on my scalp because that'll just make my hair oily faster, which is not what we want. Blow drying slows down the oil process for me personally. My hair doesn't get as oily as fast. When I don't blow dry my hair, I have to wash it every 2-ish days. When I do blow dry my hair, I can push it to 4 days. The next product I'm gonna go in with is the JVN Complete Blowout Styling Milk. And this one is like, you really don't need a lot because it's really thick. Also focus that on the mids and ends of my hair. But this one I kind of go pretty much everywhere because this is the product that's gonna help you get like the most volume and it's gonna help your curls stay. Again, not trying to go like in my scalp, but just like on the surface. The last product I go in with is the Color Wow Extra Strength Dream Coat. And this helps my hair like be so shiny and so soft. So this is heat activated, and unfortunately you have to use quite a lot for it to do like anything, but I basically go over my whole head. Finally, go in with any brush you have. I happen to have this one, and you're gonna brush your hair to distribute all of the product. Once that's all brushed through, if you have a middle part like me, you can go ahead and like fix your middle part. Split your hair in half like this. Then I'm gonna go in with the Shark Flex Style just on the like regular like hair blow dryer mode. I usually go in on the highest speed and highest heat, but I'm basically gonna rough blow dry my hair until it's about 75 to 80% dry. So once you've like rough blow dried your hair, it doesn't have to be perfect because if ever you can just go back and blow dry it again later. At this point, you're gonna want to separate your hair into 3 main sections. The bottom section, the middle section, and the top section. Have a like clip handy, something like this is fine. The first section, you're gonna want to grab it at the top of your ear. So you're gonna go both sides all the way in the back, like this, and then all of this top hair section, make a little bun like this, grab your clip and secure it at the top of your head. So that section is gonna be for later. So that's gonna be your first section. If ever it's a little bit too damp, too wet, you can go over dry it a little bit, but you don't want it to be like too dry nor too wet. So today I'm gonna be doing a blowout where everything is away from my face. So in the little Instagram TikTok that I did, this is what it looks like when everything is towards your face except for the front facing layers, and this is what it looks like when everything is away from your face. So honestly, I don't have a preference. It just Depends on my mood. Today I feel like everything away from my face. So since I'm doing everything away from my face, the left side is going to correspond with my left side, the right side is going to correspond with my right side. I use the skinnier ones because it gives me like a tighter curl, which I like. So when you use this, you don't want your like sections to be too big. The trick that I found is if your section is bigger than your roller, it's not gonna work. Your tool isn't gonna pick up your hair because there's too much hair to pick up. I'll separate in 2 or even if in 3 if it's too big. But basically what you're gonna do when you turn it on, you're gonna curl it like normal. What I do is I like to hold my hair like this. This is how you get it to pick up. Once it picks up, you put some tension, so pull it back a little bit and then go all the way up. And once you're at the top, you're gonna manually twist your shark, hold it there for 5 to 7 sections, and then you're gonna shock it with cold air for 5 to 7 seconds. I will demonstrate. So once you have that, I'm gonna slowly drop the curl like this. And now it's nice and tight and bouncy. And I know you're gonna be tempted to touch it, play with it. Do not touch it. Grab it and put it to the back. Out of sight, out of mind. We're gonna come back to her later, okay? You don't wanna touch it, you wanna let it cool so that it will lock into place. I'm gonna grab my next section. Once you get the hang of it, you won't need to turn your device off every time. As you're curling, you'll grab your next section so it's ready to go. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna be going kind of slower just to show you and for you to get the hang of it. Okay, so I have my next section here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, once that's done, release the curl. Now it's nice. Put it in the back. Don't think about it, don't touch it, don't do anything. So then I'm on to my last section for this side. And there you have it. So then, once you're ready to move on to your next side, you're gonna switch your barrel. So now I'm onto my right side, so I'm gonna use my right barrel. Oh damn. It can get kind of hot, so don't do what I did. Don't burn yourself. So you're gonna grab your right barrel for your right side. You're gonna turn your section into little sections, and then you're gonna repeat that exact same process. Okay, so now you have one whole section done. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. And this is what we have so far, just this bottom section curled. It looks super tight, super curled. It's going to fall eventually. It's not gonna be that like tight, especially when we put the hair oil in later. If you were doing this blowout, everything towards your face, your barrels, you would pick the opposite barrel for the side you're working on. So for example, if you were working on your right side, you would do the left barrel instead of the right one. The left side, the right barrel. So you would just do the opposite of the side that you're working on. So now, you're ready to move on to your second section. You're gonna grab your clip, put it aside, untwist your hair, and this can get pretty tedious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard. There could not have been a worse time for my camera battery to die. So you untwist your hair. So you're gonna grab this front section with whatever hand you're most comfortable with. You're gonna grab your hair, you cup your hand, grab your hair like this, and separate it as best you can in half. Put all of that second section on whichever side while you put the last section away. Clip that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now then grab your second section. This is so messy. I apologize. Make sure you don't grab any of like the work that you just did. But grab your second section and split it in half as best you can. And then bring it forward like this. Just brush that through so that there's no lumps or knots. And while you're brushing, be careful to not grab any of the back section that we just did. And because this section is a little bit too damp for my liking, I'm gonna go back with the hair dryer setting and I'm gonna quickly dry. And then just give that one last little brush just to make sure that everything is nice and straight. I'm gonna start on my left side again. So grab your left barrel for your left side, and then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna separate it into subsections, little subsections like this, always making sure that your section isn't bigger than your barrel. This is what we have so far. You see this section has already fallen quite a lot compared to the section that I just did. This is what we have so far. It's very curly. We've got a lot going on. Okay, so then moving on to this last section, you're gonna take the clip off, untwist it. If you have a middle part, it's very easy. You're just gonna split it down the middle and make sure that all of the sections that you've curled are all thrown in the back. And you're just gonna bring these sections to your side like this. And then you're gonna grab your brush and brush through it. And this section, same thing, is gonna be probably pretty damp. So now that you look like a shelf, I'm gonna go and rough blow dry these sections because they're a little bit too damp. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. So this time I'm gonna start with the right section. Exact same thing that we've been doing. Now that that side is done, it looks really crazy. You're gonna look like a Shirley Temple. You're gonna do all of the sections except for your bangs. So that you can even tuck this behind your ear, it doesn't matter. The bang, keep it there. Don't touch it yet. Go onto the other side, and same thing with this. If you have curtain bangs like me, you wanna do this step. Do all of your section here, but keep your bangs to the side. Don't touch them. We'll do them at the end. I'll show you how. Switch your barrel to the left one. If you were doing it, all of the sections towards your face, you would grab the last section before getting to your bangs, you would curl them away from your face. Now that you're done everything except for your bangs, you're gonna throw everything to the back. Grab your bangs. Now at this point they should be really dry, so you can even go back and like lightly spray them with water. And then you can grab your brush and brush through them just so they're nice and even and easy to work with. If your sections are in your way, you can just tuck them behind your ear. Now you want to grab your bangs like this with your left barrel still. We're going to curl under the bangs. So you're going to grab your bangs, turn your thing on, and you're going to curl under like this. You're going to go and you're going to go many times. You really want the most volume right here, so it gives you a nice little pump and then a curl. So you're gonna curl them underneath a bunch of times, and then you're gonna let them go. You're gonna separate them in half, and then you're gonna go back on each side like this. That way you're gonna get a nice curl, and then same thing on the other side. I will demonstrate. Let it go like that, and then separate them the way you would your regular middle part. Then you want to grab each side. And there you have your nicely curled bangs. So now that all of your sections are done, it's okay if yours looks a little different. This is what mine looks like. Super curled. It looks like you just stepped out of a 1950s movie. Like, looks really good. But you're gonna not touch anything for 5 minutes. Don't touch anything. Just do something else, brush your teeth, have a snack, I don't care. Just don't touch your hair for 5 minutes. I know you wanna brush through them with your fingers, don't do it. You gotta let them set. You gotta let them cool and let them set into place so that they last as long as possible. So I'm gonna tuck mine behind my ears so that they don't get too annoying and I don't like play with them. But I'm gonna put my shark away because I don't need it anymore. We're done. So congrats. I'm back. It's been about 5 minutes. We're gonna gently brush through our hair and we're gonna put some hair oil in just to give our hair some more hydration. I'm gonna be using the Kerastase hair oil. The other one that's like a dupe for this one is the OGX hair oil, which is really good. That one is a little bit greasier though, so use a little less. So I'm gonna be using literally the tiniest drop. Like, that is enough. I put that much, that's enough. So I'm gonna warm it up in my hands, and you wanna be really gentle with this or else you could like break your curls. So put everything back, and I wanna focus this on the mids and ends of my hair. So I'm just gonna grab everything and like gently rub it together. On the other side, really distribute the oil evenly and then lightly go on the surface. And then you can go in your bangs, gently brush through, and then you have a really beautiful, voluminous blowout. And there you go. And there you have it. It does fall quite a bit, but even if I don't do the preservation, it still looks really good. It would look even better if you did the right preservation. So I will see you tonight before I go to bed and show you how I preserve my blowout throughout the week. Good evening. As per usual, the lighting in here is absolutely horrendous, but I'm just about ready for bed, and I'm gonna show you how I preserve my blowout when I go to sleep. I use these heatless curling rods. These aren't the official ones. The official ones work so much better. These are just cheap ones I got from Amazon. You can get cheap ones on Amazon. I can't afford to get the like official ones because they're like $40. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. At least not yet. I just use these. I also use socks if you have that. I just wouldn't know how to do that, but I use these, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. Sometimes I'll do 3 sections. Sometimes I'll do 2 sections. But today I'm just feeling like 2 sections. You split it, like, I find I have like way more hair on the top of my head than on the bottom. So how I'll split it is like I'll go just above my ear. Guideline, my marker is my temples. So from here, I'll go all the way around and separate my hair in half like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Check your like ratio of hair. Like, you'll probably have less hair on the bottom section than on the top section. I just find I don't have enough hair to do 3 sections. So I have quite a bit of hair on this top section. So I'm gonna rebalance it. I'm gonna go back up here and do it again. That seems to be about pretty good. So I will start with this first top section. You're gonna grab a hairbrush and you're gonna brush all of your hair forward for this section. Just like this. And this is probably super painful to watch because you're like, oh my god, no, why are you brushing out your curls? This is a really like trust the process kind of thing. If you have layers, this is gonna be so shitty. I have layers and it's like really hard. But you're gonna grab your ends and you're gonna wrap them underneath. And you're gonna twist all the way up until you reach your forehead. And then your rod's gonna have little clips at the end of it. And you're gonna bring them together like this. Now you should have this donut shaped thing laying on your head. It's super, and I can't stress this enough, it is super important that you don't feel any sort of pulling anywhere on your head. That is so bad. It's gonna be A, super uncomfortable when you sleep, and B, it's gonna hurt so much. You don't want it to be too tight. Like, this is perfect. The first few times that I did this, it was so hard to get it right. So don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. Sometimes, like, I had to go over and do this stupid process like 15 times because I couldn't get it right the first time. Don't worry, it's practice. The second section, you're essentially gonna do the same thing. You're gonna grab all your hair and brush it forward. This is super important because you don't want to get any lumps in your hair that'll disturb like the curling process. So grab your second rod, and this time you're gonna curl over like this, because when we take it out, it'll go like that. Bring all of your hair forward, wrap your ends around your rod, gently tuck them in as you roll, and then you're gonna, once you like reach the end and you can't roll anymore, your rod connect. Now this back rod is usually the rod I feel a little bit more tension, so usually if I feel it's really pulling, I'll go back and do it again. Okay, 7 attempts later, because that literally took me like 7 tries, I don't feel any pulling anywhere. You're gonna grab a spray bottle and you're gonna lightly spray your sections. Don't drench them, lightly spray. That way, during the night, it'll help take the form of the rod. Lastly, I'm gonna grab a silk cap, and this is gonna help it like stay in place. You're gonna put it on, and this is gonna help everything like stay in place and not move throughout the night. And so I will see you in the morning when I take this off. Good night. Good morning. It is the next morning and I'm gonna take this off. It is very normal that it will have shifted throughout the night. It's perfect for, I would say, side sleepers, because all of your like whatever's going on is in the middle at the top. So if you sleep on your side, you're not actually putting your head on any. So the first one I'll take out is the back one. I'll fix it after, and then I'll take off the top one. And I like to untwist it the way that it has curled, so the hook is stuck on my hair. And that's why we brush our hair, so that there's no lumps and stuff. So now it just looks like a big twisty. So then I'll just throw it back. It's gonna look so crazy, okay? You gotta trust the process. Shake it a little bit. So now that you look really crazy, you're gonna grab your, it's gonna die down, I promise. You're gonna grab your favorite hair oil. I'm using the Kerastase one. Just a tiny, tiny drop. You really don't need a lot. Warm it up in your hands again, and then focus that on the mids and ends. See, like, we're already doing so much better. And then do the same thing on the other side. You can run your fingers through your hair because there might be a little bit of like tangle just on the ends. Really distribute the product evenly. And what I love the most about this technique is that it takes care of your bangs for you. Like, it's usually the first thing that falls, and this preservation really helps keep the shape. As you can see, we've got a nice bang, nice swoop on both sides. And it looks really puffy and crazy the first like 20 minutes, but it will die down throughout the day. It's just a really great way to effortlessly preserve your blowout, and it still looks good like the next 2-3 days. I love it. I'm super happy with it. So yeah, there you have it. This is the preserved blowout. And that is how I do my 90s inspired blowout routine. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider maybe subscribing to my channel, leave a like and a comment if you feel like it. And I love you so, so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!